Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. It has been a while. I haven't filmed down here in a while, but I have come back because I don't have school for the next 2 weeks, so I've decided I'm gonna make a couple videos. And the first one I've wanted to make is a team was playing very well, and they've slowly fallen back down into mediocrity and are falling below the playoff line. And that team is the New Jersey Devils. New Jersey, obviously, I wanted to make a video about them because at one point I wanted to do the Canucks, but the Canucks obviously got Bruce, and now they're doing amazing. And maybe I could do a video on that, but that's not for now. The New Jersey Devils got off to a hot start and have completely fallen off over their last 18 games, according to my math. Things have not been going well. So I'm going to look at these stats. I'm going to look at how they've been doing recently and stuff like that and try to figure out what has gone wrong exactly. What are they not doing enough of? Is it the goal scoring, special teams, defense? What's going on, you know? So let's start off by looking at how they did in their first 12 games. In their first 12 games, their record was 7-3-2. I remember I was like, man, these guys, they look good. And they did. They were looking good. Obviously, Hughes got hurt. But even though he got hurt, they were still playing solid without him. And then they went into their next 18 games, and lately they've been 3-12-3, which is absolutely terrible. It's horrible, and they're on like a 6 or 7 game 5. I don't know. They're on a losing streak right now, and it's not very good. Things are not looking pretty. They're losing to teams that you think they'd beat. They're losing to the teams that they think they wouldn't beat. They're just losing, basically. They're just losing. So in their first 12 games, their goals for, they were scoring 3.08 goals for per game and allowing 2.75. And that's pretty good. Scoring 3, allowing 2.75, you know, things are going well. But their special teams is a problem. They are currently they were putting up a power play percentage of 16.2 in those first 12 games. And a penalty kill percentage of 76.1. So the fact that they're this good and their special teams are bad tells you that they're great at 5-on-5. And they were. In those 12 games, 5-on-5, they outscored their team or opponents 31-22. So they were playing very well 5-on-5, and their special teams was rough. But hey, they were still winning, and they didn't have Jack Hughes. So hey, you know, things are looking good. But like now, let's look at their last 18 games, all right? So their last 18 games, their goals for, which was at 3.08, has gone down to a 2.56, and their goals against has gone from a 2.75 and nearly doubled to a 3.94. That is way too many goals against per game. And in their last 18 games, they've scored 45 goals. They've allowed 71. So they've been outscored 71-45 in their last 18. That is just terrible. Things have completely gone off the charts, gone off everything, off a cliff for the Devils. Things aren't going well. And now, like early in the season, their special teams was bad, but they were doing good 5-on-5. Well, now their special teams is still bad, but they're not doing well. They're doing actually horrible 5-on-5. 5-on-5, they've scored 40 goals and allowed 65 in their last 18. But here's the difference between the first half and the second half. In the first half, they had a not very good penalty kill. It was at rocking at 76%. But in the second half, their penalty kill is actually on 86.6, which is very good. So they've had a very good penalty kill. But they've still been allowing a lot of goals. A lot of goals have been just obviously going in their net. And their power play, which was already bad, only got worse. It's been at a 10.4%, which is terrible. Which means their special teams adds up to exactly 97%, which is below average. So New Jersey right now is just like they've fallen off. And despite their penalty kill getting quite a bit better, their goals against has gotten very much so worse, and it's so bad right now. So I wanted to look at their players to see maybe like which players have gotten faster and slower. I have only taken notes of notable players. Hughes is not in this list as he only played 3 games and then he's played the last 8. He's not, I just didn't think he played enough games to get a sample size exactly of what was expected and stuff. So I've got players who I'm using points percentage or points per game, because their games played differs because COVID-19 related stuff and what so. So looking at players, you can see like the notable ones who've slowed down. Andreas Johnson, over the first 12 games, he had a 0.83 points per game. And over his last 18, he's had a 0.5, which isn't bad for him, but it shows you he's dropped off. Dougie Hamilton, 0.89 first 12. 0.42 in the second half. It's that last 18. Once again, 0.42 is actually pretty low for him, but shows you goal scoring just dropped off. Dawson Mercer, a guy who wasn't expected to do what he's done, and I'm not saying that his goal scoring's dropped off and oh no, this is panic mode. No, his goal scoring was at a 0.66, now it's at a 0.42. Not bad, but my point being, the goal scoring's dropped off. Once again, another player. Pavel Zacha, 0.66 to 0.39. PK Subban, 0.5 to 0.33. Ryan Graves had a good start, I remember. 0.5, and right now he's at a 0.31. So that guy, him especially, like, some of these guys weren't expected to put up the points that they were at the start of the season. But my main point, again, is the goal scoring that they had for the first bit of the season is just gone. It's not there anymore. There are some players shining, such as Jesper Bratt, who started off okay and then has just been great since then. Nico Hischier been fine throughout the whole season. Maybe you expected more of him. Sharon Govich hasn't been great. I've heard he's playing better than his numbers show, but his numbers don't show. His offensive numbers aren't great. But yeah, so things are going well. But the main thing I see here is not only, so I say all those players whose goal scoring's not there, which obviously we can see their goals for has gone down, but we see their goals against goes a lot up. Well, Mackenzie Blackwood, I looked. And this one I didn't do first 12, first 18. I took Mackenzie Blackwood's exact first half of the games he played and the later half of the games he's played this season. Oh, in his first 7 starts out of 15, Mackenzie Blackwood put up a 922 save percentage. She was playing great. He played about 7 of those 12 games too, if I guessed. So that definitely helped that record. In his later 8 games, Mackenzie Blackwood has dropped from a 922 great start, looking like he's gonna bounce back, to an 881, which is just not good enough. It's not good. And if New Jersey wants to win, they're gonna need better goaltending than that. And I was one of those people who thought Mackenzie Blackwood would bounce back from that season he had last year, but he just hasn't. It looked like he was gonna, but then, you know, stuff happened and he's fell off. I still think it's there. I mean, I like New Jersey. I want to get the jersey because it's a jersey. But, like, Mackenzie Blackwood is just not performing up to expectation. Luckily, they're not paying him much, but we'll see. I think he can bounce back. I'm not gonna write him off yet. But a lot of things have gone wrong for New Jersey. If I had to pinpoint it on one thing, you can't really pinpoint it on one thing. Basically, New Jersey isn't a team where you can look at and say, this has gone off the charts, and that's why they're not doing good. No. Their power play's gotten worse. Their penalty kill is one of the things that they don't have to fix now. Oddly enough, after having a rough penalty kill, it's gotten way better. But overall, their special teams combined is still below average, although it has gotten better recently. Their goals for has gone down a lot, not scoring. Their 5-on-5 play has gotten a lot worse compared to where it was. And their goals against has gotten terrible. And I've heard New Jersey fans complain about their coach, so maybe it's time. Maybe it's time he goes. I don't know who you bring to replace, but could get that Bruce Boudreau effect, you know, wouldn't mind that if you were a Devils fan. Obviously, you're not going to get Bruce Boudreau, but you know what I mean by that effect, winning some games. But they definitely need to go on a winning streak if they want to keep themselves competitive for a longer amount of time or even have a chance at making the playoffs. Because New Jersey, before the season started, was a team that I looked at, and I said, you know what? Maybe they can pull it off. Maybe they can do it. But they just haven't shown me. And at the start of the season, you know, they did, but now it's just, it's rough. And I don't know what you do with Mackenzie Blackwood. I don't know. I mean, they signed Bernier, and he hasn't been worth the contract. Thomas Tatar hasn't been worth the contract they signed him. And I think we knew that, or at least I did, when they signed that contract for Thomas Tatar. I'm like, I don't know. And the Bernier one, I didn't hate as much. He had been good in Detroit, but both those guys have not lived up to their contracts. Just things aren't going well for New Jersey, and obviously they just gave Hughes that huge extension. We'll see how that turns out. I think it'll end up being fine. I still think New Jersey is going to be a great team in the future, but right now they're not performing up to what I thought that they were able to. But yeah, if you're a Devils fan, I'd like you to comment and tell me what you think's been going wrong. Who do you think needs to play better? Who do you think should the coach be fired? I want you to tell me what you think, because my numbers here tell me that everything is bad except for the penalty kill right now. So I don't know, Mackenzie Blackwood, yikes. But yeah, as a Devils fan, I'd like you to let me know. And that's my video for the fall of the Devils into hell. Get it? Because Devils, hell, yeah. All right, I'm not gonna call it that though. I'm just gonna be like the fall of the New Jersey Devils. Anyway, thank you for watching if you're still here, and I will see you in the next video, which I don't know, honestly, I have no idea if I'm gonna get videos out anymore, but I plan on doing a, like one of those mock draft, that's mock draft, my second one of the year. My first one actually did pretty well. I was surprised. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.